guys, it is Friday. It's the start of this week's weekly vlog. And once again, you just have me. Brian's gonna be gone the rest of this week and then he will be back. He will be back at the very end of next week. So you'll see him at the beginning of the next vlog. He is in Europe for 2 weeks with work. He's in Bratislava, Slovakia. He's been there many times before. And we actually tried for me to go with him this time, which would have been awesome, other than it's really cold there, like really cold. But it just didn't work out. Mostly because we already had several trips booked for this year, and so my vacation was pretty planned out, and I would have needed 6 days of vacation. And I had 2 weeks that weren't really planned yet, but they weren't full weeks. They were 2 sets of 4 days attached to a holiday. So like 4th of July week, for example. So I got the 4th off, but the other 4 days were vacation days. So I would have had to mess up 2 weeks of vacation to get to go with him, like later this year. And plus, you know, the expense of going, and it's cold, and he'd be working, so I would be on my own in a country that I don't speak the language. And yes, people there do speak English, but not everyone. Some people do, some people don't. And so it was hard. It was one of the harder decisions I've had to make. As you guys know from last week's vlog, just got a new car. That consumed the week. It really consumed all my energy. So this weekend, I am gonna try to not do too much because I'm actually tired. I know that sounds crazy from buying a car, but I am. I'm tired. And so this weekend, I may or may not do a few things. One thing I'm definitely gonna do is clean out our garage. I know that's not exciting, but it's gotta be done. My new car is much longer than my old car, and so we've got to make some more room in the garage. We have a 2-car garage. Right now, with Brian gone, I fit no problem, of course. When he comes back, I am not gonna fit and us be able to open our freezer. We have a full-size freezer in the garage. So that is definitely happening tomorrow, probably. And I'm also gonna spend some time with my parents tomorrow, which I will not be vlogging because, you know, I don't wanna ruin the time with them with, you know, putting a camera in their face. So I will not be vlogging that, but I also hope I will use the Instant Pot this weekend. I am not gonna promise because it depends on how much energy I have and if I can get to it. A friend of mine gave me a recipe I really wanna try though, and she already has an Instant Pot. And so I really would like to do that this weekend, maybe on Sunday. And I'm definitely gonna be doing a ton of video editing. So we'll see how it unfolds. I usually end up doing way more stuff than I think I will because that's just how I am. I don't like to sit around, but we'll see. I really am gonna try to keep Sunday chill. I just need a day to just, you know, relax and kick back and not have obligatory stuff. You know, if there's things I wanna do, that's fine, but not have a lot of obligation stuff. But anyway, we'll see how the weekend goes. Tonight, I'm definitely gonna be focusing on video editing, so you probably won't see me again until tomorrow, but you never know. Hello, it is Saturday, and you're gonna have a bit of a time warp. So this is still morning, but late morning. We're gonna go and clean the garage now, which I wanted to do before I took my shower and got ready, because it was gross. And then I'll be right back with you. This is why I have to clean out our garage. So you see the freezer back here. My Jeep could fit right here and still clear the freezer because it was so short. So I'm having to park right in the middle right now, and when Brian gets back, that's not gonna work. And we have the lawnmower over here, which usually is turned the other way. I had to move it to get my car in. So I'm going to do a major purge and get as much done as I can. Unfortunately, I picked a 27-degree morning to do it, so it's freezing out here. But I guess I'll get warm once I start moving. 3 hours later, it is done. It is done. To me, what's funny is it still doesn't look that great. Yes, the mower's still over there. When Brian gets back, we're gonna have to rearrange. There were things that were way too heavy and I just had to slide them around to clean, but I couldn't actually move them and like rearrange the garage. And all of this here is either a combination of donations or trash or something like that. And I'll have to wait till Brian gets back to deal with that too because it's heavy. It's funny how our 2-car garage has become a 1-car garage. Well, it's really a 2.5-car garage because of that extra part past that ledge on the back. And this will fit though, I promise. We just need to do some rearranging. Definitely gonna move the lawnmower, and I think it'll work because Brian can park on this side now, which is where I used to park, and he will be well in front of that freezer. His Jeep is very short, it's a Wrangler. So that's done. I mean, that was a major job. Could have waited till Brian got back and it would have been a lot easier. I had to do a lot of scooting of heavy stuff and things like that. But I know he's gonna be super tired when he gets back. And we're also planning to go to the beach soon after he gets back. So I didn't know when we'd have time. So I just wanted to go ahead and knock it out. And I'm glad I did, even though it took 3 hours. I'm still glad it's done. So now my parents are on their way over. We're gonna hang out and have a good visit, I think go to lunch, and they wanted to see my new car. So we're gonna do that today, and then I will be back in a bit. We are back, well, I'm back and my parents are gone. We had a great visit, and we spent at least 30 minutes trying to get my garage door opener or garage door programmed into my new car. The only remote we have is in Brian's Jeep, which is in the airport parking lot. And so I don't have the remote in there. You're supposed to be able to do it without the remote. We read the directions, watched videos, everything. It just was not working without the remote. So I'm just gonna have to wait till Brian gets back. It would have been nice to get it working because right now I have to get out, open it, back my car in, shut it, and then when I leave in the morning I have to pull out, get out, shut the garage door. You know, it's not super convenient, but it's just one more week. And actually it's less than a week. He'll be back in less than a week from now, so it's not that much longer. Hopefully it won't be pouring. One morning I went out and it was just like raining sideways. That's those days you just really don't want to go outside in the rain, but oh well. The rest of today's almost over. I mean, it's still daylight out. It's just after 3. But I mean, I just can't get over how quickly this day went by. It's just like, poof, the weekend goes by way faster than the work week. And I didn't get as much stuff done today as I thought I was going to, but it feels so good to have the garage done. Don't regret the time I spent doing that. That's really what ate up way more time than I thought. Hello, it is Sunday, and it's been a busy morning already. I made my lunch salads for work, and also I went out this morning, so while I was out, I went ahead and went by the grocery store because a friend of mine on Friday, who also has an Instant Pot and who's also gluten-free, gave me a recipe for cashew chicken. If you are not familiar, a lot of Asian food is not gluten-free, like when you go to a restaurant. Now, we do happen to have one here that does have gluten-free food, but it's unusual. It's not easy to find. And so, super excited to try this because, as you guys know, I haven't cooked in the Instant Pot yet. Brian made that frittata while I was gone, so I didn't even get to see the process. So I'm gonna try this recipe today, see how it turns out. I'm really excited about it. And also today, I know you keep hearing me say this every day, I'm gonna work on video editing. I still have yet to edit a Disney video. I end up spending so much time on the weekly vlog and then like that GoPro video. Still haven't had a chance to even touch the Disney videos. So after I make this cashew chicken, my next task is to like really try to at least get one. I was hoping while Brian was gonna get so far ahead, but if I could just get one more done at this point, I would be happy with that. These are all the ingredients except for the chicken thighs, which are in the refrigerator. I'm gonna leave those refrigerated until I prep everything else. And the website, if you're interested in this, is called livinglovingpaleo.com. So you can just go to that website and search for cashew chicken Instant Pot recipe, or you can just Google all of that and it should pop right up. And so let's give this a try. I'm a little nervous using the Instant Pot since I haven't done it before. I forgot to show the mushrooms. There's mushrooms as well. And it calls for less than this in the recipe, but my friend said she always puts just the entire package so she doesn't waste the mushrooms, and it turns out great. First step is to put the chicken in, which I have already put in, and it calls for 1.5 pounds. I actually put almost 2 pounds in because that's what the package was. I, again, didn't want to have wasted leftover chicken. And then you also put all the sauce ingredients that are listed on the recipe, so I'm going to do that now. Now I'm just going to stir it to combine, and then I actually do the scary part, and that's start using the Instant Pot. And I don't mean to make this sound scary. It's not scary, it's just learning something new. I have an old pressure cooker and I was never a big fan. I always found it a bit intimidating. And the Instant Pot is similar in that it pressure cooks, but it's supposed to be a whole lot more user-friendly than a traditional, what did it just say? Pressure cooker. Sorry guys, my brain's on the fritz. All right, that looks good. Oh, sounds like a video game. And there it's locked. The directions say to seal the pot, which I have, it's on seal. And then also it says to hit the manual mode and then the minus until it says 8 minutes. Well, the minus is taking it down, so I'm assuming I'm supposed to hit the plus. The directions said hit minus, but maybe the pots are slightly different. And then start. Pretty funny, I was trying to figure out how to hit start because I didn't see anything other than delay start. And it started all by itself. So there's a beginner tip from me to you. You do not need to press start. While that's cooking, I wanted to give you one of my tips for saving time. And by the way, this renders, if you care, this recipe will no longer be paleo when I add white rice to it. But anyway, I just wanted to mention that you can buy at Whole Foods, if you have a Whole Foods, already cooked organic white rice, and it saves so much time. So I use this all the time. You just put it in the microwave for, you know, a few seconds, like a minute, and it's done, and it's so easy. And then this is my new find today at Whole Foods. So excited. Used to, you know, you get broth and it's this huge box, and you have to use it usually within, let's see, I think it says right here, yep, 7 days of opening. And I usually will make a recipe and then I don't have anything else to use it for. This was awesome. It came in these 4 little tiny containers. Yes, I'm sure I'm paying more per ounce, but I was wasting so much before. I think this is actually a much better value for me because now I'll at least get 4 uses out of each set. Whereas if I bought the one big box, I would maybe get 1 recipe and then have to throw the rest away, which seems horribly wasteful. It is starting to smell so good. And so here's another tip. See all that steam coming out? I have that painting back there, which thankfully is cheap and I don't really care about it, but this is the only counter space we have that's not under cabinets, so it's really the only place I have to use it. But just a heads up, don't set it under anything while you're cooking with it. And then I also read a tip to put a towel over it when you release the steam, the manual release, so that, you know, you don't get steam everywhere in your kitchen. I don't know if I care about that, but I might try the towel method. Cooking time is over, and now I'm supposed to manually release the pressure. There's a knob right here. So yeah, I see the reason for using the towel. I think that is a good idea. My understanding from watching some YouTube videos is when that little red button there goes down, the pressure is released. And my pressure cooker was similar to that. So just waiting for that to go down, and then we're going to add the mushrooms and green peppers. There's what it looks like so far, and I can tell you already this is definitely more straightforward than a pressure cooker, the traditional kind. Much easier. Everything just works as you would expect it to. I've added the mushrooms and green peppers, and now it says to press the minus until it is on, I have to put the lid on first of course, until it's on 0. And this part confused me when I was reading the directions, so I asked my friend and she said, oh, that's because it takes several minutes for it to pressurize and it cooks the vegetables in that time. So you have 0 cook time, but it actually does cook the vegetables. Another beginner tip, I could not get it to respond to me, and it said something like L and some numbers. I think it was just kind of keeping stuff warm, so I ended up having to hit the cancel button before I could set it to manual 0. So now it's doing this pressurizing set at 0, which will cook the vegetables. So you can see over here I chopped some cantaloupe while that was cooking. That's just for later, not for now. And now I'm going to add the arrowroot. I found an old bag that I had that was already opened. Arrowroot flour to the chicken broth and whisk that to make a slurry. And once the current cook time is over, then we add this to thicken the sauce. Alright, it finished. I took the lid off after I manually released pressure, and I put it on saute mode, and it said once it starts simmering to add the slurry slowly and keep stirring so that it doesn't clump up. Do that. And then once the sauce thickens, we will add the, I don't know whose we are, I will add the cashews. There's the finished product. I have to say this was pretty easy, and that's with me filming and with a learning curve with the Instant Pot. So I can only imagine once I really get used to it, this would be really fast. I think you could do everything, including the prep, in probably 30 minutes. You know, if I knew what I was doing and if I wasn't filming, I think it would be pretty quick. All right, hopefully I won't burn myself. I'm gonna give this a try. It's really good. I don't know why my sauce did not thicken up the way it was supposed to. I might try putting more arrowroot next time. I'll ask my friend if she's had that problem or not. I have no idea what's different unless it's the extra mushrooms, but mushrooms don't release that much water, so I'm not sure. But it's really tasty, and I had to add more salt. Well, it says salt to taste, but she calls for a little bit of salt, but it definitely needed more salt. And I also added pepper, because the pepper to taste. But I think it's very good. I would definitely make it again. Just got some Amazon deliveries. I'm not gonna actually unpack all these accessories today, but for around $25 to $28, I can't remember exactly, you get all of these accessories for the GoPro. I actually needed the tripod type mount, and so I started looking into that. And if you buy these things individually, it would cost you a small fortune, but if you get it in a package like this, it's very affordable, and this had really high ratings, so hopefully it'll be good. And it even came with this nice case. This case was part of the package, so I guess you can put all the accessories and maybe room for the GoPro too. I'll have to figure that out later. Then also I bought 2 windscreens. Well, I was buying one, but it came with 2, which is super nice, because I assume eventually this foam will get stretched out of shape. I'm going to put it on the GoPro in just a minute and check it out. This is supposed to help reduce wind noise. There is wind reduction on the GoPro, but I'm still hearing wind noise. So it also came with this nice bag, which I was not expecting. So again, a bonus. And yes, this is official GoPro brand. There were aftermarket brands, but they were only like $3 cheaper, and I think you only got one. So I would say spend the extra $3 and get the GoPro brand, because it comes with this nice bag and with 2. Last but not least, this is Artman brand. It's again a third party, not GoPro branded. It's a battery charger and 3 batteries. The GoPro comes with 1 battery, and it comes with a cord where you can plug it in to charge it. But when I'm at a theme park, I go through several batteries typically with a camera, so I wanted to have extra batteries and also a way to charge them at night all at the same time. So this was also fairly affordable. I want to say this was around $25. You can look it up on Amazon. I got all this from Amazon. And the GoPro windscreens, I think it's called, let's see, Wind Slayer. It's called Wind Slayer. That was $12.99, I believe, but feel free to look it up on Amazon. But I'll try these out and let you know how they work out over time. I mean, I'm not gonna try, obviously, every accessory out right now. And in fact, today, I'm not gonna do anything except for I do wanna try putting this Wind Jammer on, Wind Slayer, sorry, not Jammer, and see how that works. This was incredibly difficult to get on, and I also read reports that it can cause the GoPro to overheat, and interestingly enough, it came with a little flyer that says, it may overheat when you have this on, and it's funny because this is an official GoPro accessory, and it says it will shut down, and if that happens, just wait for it to cool down and then turn it back on. So I'll see how this works in the real world. That concerns me because Epcot is extremely windy because of the World Showcase Lagoon. When you're walking around World Showcase, there's usually a lot of wind. So that's the main reason I was buying it, for that and at the beach. Those are the 2 places we encounter a lot of wind. And if it overheats in Florida, that's not going to go so well. Or at the beach in the summer, it's really hot, so that's going to just add to the overheating. And then the other thing is it covers everything. Like, it would be nice if it just covered the mics and they had cutouts for everything else. I may actually use Brian's X-Acto knife and try cutting out some other areas and just leave the mics covered, because I would like to be able to access some of the buttons and also the back screen. So I don't know if I'd recommend this. I'll let you know how I like it over time. Good morning. It's actually Friday morning and I did not get a chance to get on yesterday and sign off the weekly vlog. So I'm here to do that, but also I'm excited because Brian comes back today. He's already on his way back. He just called me from Heathrow and he's got one more flight and then he'll be back. It's a long flight, but that's the last one. So happy to have him home. It's been a long 2 weeks. As always, we appreciate subscribes, likes, shares, and comments. Until our next adventure.